Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back in as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set these drivers loose for a wild evening of racing action. Things are about to get underway here from the beautiful Oswego Speedway. This driver's loaded in and ready to rock and roll. Qualifying is underway. So these drivers are here to stay and they are here to play on the evening. As we are back in action with the Monday Night All-Stars here, this is not an official race. This is a practice race before the season gets kicked off next Monday. So drivers jumping out there, they're going to be looking to have a little bit of fun, maybe kind of mastercraft their amazing, performances that we've seen in the past and really work on their rides, work on what they need to do, kind of knock the rust off before the season gets underway, and then they are ready to rock and roll as we'll get ready to set them loose. We'll get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Oh, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I know I've been we've been AFK for the last week or so. It's been a rough go for your boy. I've been down and out. Had bronchitis. I was kind of just down in the dumps. I could barely talk. I was coughing. I was dying for day on days, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty brutal, but we're feeling quite a bit better. We're feeling a lot better, and hopefully everything's going to be rolling here. We got a lot of broadcasts coming up over the next little while, so we don't want to be sick. We want to make sure that we are in the top. The top perfect, no sickness, no down with the sickness here on the Peacemaker family as we want to keep on rocking and rolling, never missing any of these shows. My boy, Landon coming in, showing the love. What's good, Mr. I'm off. Landon coming in, showing the love, says, what's good, my dude? What's good, Landon? Landon coming in, showing the love. Richard Mock coming in, becoming a brand new follower as well. Richard, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew. Coming in with that with the follow on the stream. Steven Stefanski with the thumbs up here on the broadcast as well. How are you, Steven? How are you, Mr. Stefanski? Coming in, showing the love as Richard Mont says, yo, Giroux, get them Sextons, get them Sextons. Absolutely, brother, absolutely. The Sextons are going to be looking good. They're going to be looking fast if they're on the speedway like usual as we will get ready to set them loose here. Heat race number one about to get underway. Heat race number one rolling out there on the speedway. And starting on the pole in the number 4 ride, that is Ryan Howard. It hits outside the Sunrise Racing 32. That's Jacob Stefanski. Then we see Jackie Whaley and T-Jack Tyler Jackson. Corey Sibley, Steven Stefanski there in row number 3. And Russell Harold and Justin Bowman rounding out the rear of the field. Hopefully I'm saying that right there, Justin, as we see him there in the 26 machine. Is out in front. Quick little crossover, the 32 ride quickly getting down to the inside of that 4 machine of Ryan Howard. Howard trying to hang on to the top spot, but here comes a bit of a slide jump in 3 and 4 for the 32 as Jacob Stefanski is going to lead lap number 1 by a couple of feet down across the line. Stefanski out in front as Ryan Howard trying to work right there to his inside, and here comes T-Jack, the Alpha Shark. Tyler Jackson working to the outside. Now of that 4 ride as he's trying to stay clear right to the back bumper of our race leader. Jackie Whaley back there in position number 4 and looking for more as the iRacing iFlag JRE DWR ride in position number 4. He's looking for more and he's trying to reel in that 4 machine to Ryan Howard right in front of him. Corey Sibley there in the 9 ride. It's Team CFM Esports, the Dirty Rhino Welding number 9 ride in position number 5. We see the Steve's Lawn Care Sunrise Racing 15. It's Steven Stefanski there in 6th. And then Russell Harold back there in the 8 ride. He's currently in the 7th position in the 26 ride. There, that is Justin Bowman rounding out the rear of the field that's out in front leading the way here at Oswego Speedway, the home of the Super Dirt Week here. When they take this track from asphalt to dirt, it's always a beautiful thing, and it's always a wonderful show when we get to see these dirt street stocks at Oswego racing and rumbling every single year, and we get to see it a little bit more now that it's came to iRacing, the newest racetrack, the newest dirt track here to iRacing, and it's going to be a wonderful season seeing a lot of these different cars, different drivers, even some different things here at Oswego. When we see sprint cars, we see late models, and so many different classes that are going to be able to load into the sim and have some fun here at Oswego. Is going to be a ton of fun, and right now, Jacob Stefanski, he's having a lot of fun. He leads the way here. He's out in front showing these drivers how to get it done. But here comes T-Jack. Tyler Jackson taking a peek down low, looking at trying to get a good run here at a quarter number 2 as he chases down our race leader, Jacob Stefanski. Richard Moat says, go. He says, go. Yes, sir, go. As Rob Stefanski says, glad to see you back at it. Go get them, Stefanski boys. Rob, I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back up here in the booth. I'm glad to be feeling half decent again. I'm glad to not be sick anymore, or at least as sick as what I was over the last week and a bit. So we're definitely getting back to that pure 100%, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Never take good health for granted, as it's a rough go when you are sick. You never want to have any health issues, and anyone that's dealing with health issues, my heart goes out to you. Amy Marie Stefanski coming in showing the love as well, says good luck, Stefanski boys. And right now, I don't know if he needs any luck. He just needs to hang on as out in front, Jacob Stefanski leads the way out of quarter number 4. He's going to head down across the start-finish line, and he is going to see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for the 32 as T-Jack Tyler Jackson gets up, bounces off that outside fence. Unfortunately for him, that's going to kill a lot of his momentum, but he's going to still try to throw it in there for one more shot to see if he can run down Stefanski. But out of quarter number 4, it's Jacob Stefanski who's going to pick up heat race win number 1. T-Jack there in second, Ryan Howard in third, Jackie Whaley going to come home in position number 4 with Corey Sibley. Steven Stefanski, Russell Harold, and Justin Bowman is going to round out our field here in the 26 ride. It's all 8 drivers going to get done there. First heat race of the evening. We'll get ready here for heat race number 2, but it's all Jacob Stefanski picking up the win there in that first heat race. A heck of a run, heck of a drive there for Jacob as he parks his car up in the top spot in heat race number 1. Clifford Bellamy, my boy Clifford, coming in with the like on the stream. How are you, Clifford? Chris Peters coming in, showing the love as well. How are you, Chris? Richard coming in with that share, as Rob Stefanski coming in with that like on the stream. Richard Moat coming in with that like as well. Steven Stefanski with the thumbs up here on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what to do. You guys have already been killing it here in the first few minutes of the broadcast. Make sure you hit those reactions. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube, and make sure you turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming. As we'll get ready to set these drivers back up, we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing as heat race number 2 is about to get underway. Starting on the pole in the 2020 ride, that is Jeremy Sexton into his outside in the 66. It is the 66 machine right there of Charles Minders. Minder's going to start there in position number 2. Starting in the 3rd spot in the 22 ride, that is Blade Wisdom into his outside the 19 ride. It is the Throttle Down Motorsports number 19 of Dakota Proud. Starting in position number 5 on the speedways, the iRacing iFlag DWR JRE machine of Jim Revis into his outside. He has the 54 of Jeremy Kolba. Starting in position number 7, it is the 33 of Dylan Simmons to his outside, the 88 ride. That is Brian Gunderson. As 8 more drivers getting ready here for heat race number 2 is underway. Quickly, the 2020 machine on the loud pedal as he's trying to open up a little bit of a lead here, trying to clear the 66 ride of Minders to his outside. The 22 of Blade Wisdom going to try to follow right on through here as he's trying to stay glued to the back bumper of that 2020 ride. And here comes the 19 of Dakota Proud. Almost jumped in there and made that 3 wide. He's thinking about doing it through 1 and 2 as they're going to go door to door down the back straightaway. Door to door for position number 2 is out in front. Jeremy Sexton with the lead here. He's got about a car length in front of him in the 66, but man, oh man, that 22 ride of Blade Wisdom threw it in there, almost lit up, almost made contact with that 2020 ride. They're going to have to be careful, as this is definitely a very slide job style of a racetrack. We're going to be able to see some pretty crazy runs, some pretty crazy slide jobs here throughout the evening. And it's going to be a lot of fun here with these dirt street stocks. Some more contact right there behind him. Dakota Proud trying to work himself now up into third as him in the 66 of Charles Minders get together there ever so slightly. The 19 will jump up into third. That's going to bring the 54 and Jeremy Kolba right with them here as Kolba's going to slide up into that 4th position with the 66. Isn't done battling. He's trying to hang on to that 5th spot, but he's got that 54 and the 57 all over him. The 33 of Dylan Simmons trying to work himself into that picture as well. And Brian Gunderson bringing up the rear of the field here as out in front. It's all this 2020 of Jeremy Sexton. Sexton leads the way here out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done. He's got a few car length lead here between himself and that 22 of Blade Wisdom. His Wisdom trying to reel him in, trying to catch up to the back bumper of that doghouse chassis number 2020 ride. Dakota Proud right there in third, as we did see Charles Minders able to hang on to position number 4. He's going to be looking for more, trying to work himself back up towards that 19 of Dakota Proud. Jim Revis there in 5th as Dylan Simmons back in 6th. Brian Gunderson now in 7th as Jeremy Kolba has taken his car back down pit side. So a tough break there for Mr. Kolba. As we'll see if we can take a look and see what happened here, as I'm not sure if Kolba had some issues, maybe some contact between him and the 57 ride, as both just send it into the corner, and the 54 up on the high side gets into the outside fence there and gets into it a little bit more. Unfortunately, climbs the fence and out of the ballpark, and that takes him right down pit side. So a tough break there for Jeremy Kolbas. That'll take him off the speedway. Is out in front, the front of the speedway here, leading the way in heat race number 2. It's Jeremy Sexton. Sexton leads the way with Blade Wisdom in position number 2. And how do you do is here comes Dakota Proud right there. He's into the picture now as this top 3 looking to duke it out late in this second and possibly final heat race of the evening. Charles Minders trying to hang on and hold off the 57 ride of Jim Revis as we see the white flag fly. Revis is trying to work himself around that 66, looking for a big run down the back straightaway. It's out in front for the final time here in heat race number 2. He's going to lead us into corner number 3. Oh, almost some contact between Jeremy Sexton and Blade Wisdom as they come out on corner number 4. It's the Cocky Floyd Consulting number 20 ride. The doghouse chassis number 2020 of Jeremy Sexton, who will pick up heat race win number 2. Blade Wisdom there in second. Dakota Proud, Jim Revis, our top 4. Charles Minders there in 5th as everybody else will get ready to rock and roll here for our consolation race, as we will get a consi here. I do believe everybody will punch their ticket through, so nobody's going to get sent home early. Each and every one of these drivers here this evening will be able to advance into that feature event. As Richard says, way to go, Mad Dog 2020. Yes, sirski. Yes, sirski. Taylor Pratt coming in as well, showing the love with the thumbs up on the broadcast. How are you, Taylor? Coming in, showing the love here in this one as we'll get these drivers ready to go. As Joycelyn Flower coming in, showing the love, says, yo, fam, what is good? What is good with you, Joycelyn? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day, coming in, showing the love over there on the YouTube channel. Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful wonderful Monday, and hopefully a little bit of dirt track racing to ease the Monday blues away for everybody here today as we'll get them ready to rock and roll our consolation race. This is nothing but bragging rights, a little bit of practice, and a little bit of extra time to kind of figure out what you need on these cars. They're going to get 15 laps of racing action, and it's Jackie Whaley and Jim Revis in DWR iRacing iFlag. Front row start here for this consi. So Jackie Whaley, Jim Revis 1 and 2. Then we see the Team CFM Esports number 9 ride of Corey Sibley there in third. He's got Charles Minders there to his outside. Then we see Muscles right there in the 5th position. The Sunrise Racing WP Crave Designs ride, that is Steven Stefanski starting in 5th. To his outside, the 33 at Dylan Simmons in the Throttle Down Motorsports 33 ride. And then we see Brian Gunderson, Russell Harold, Jeremy Golba, and Justin Bowman rounding out our 10-car field here for this consolation race. Is that your pace truck? That is our pace truck. That is correct, Michael. That is our pace truck out there on the racetrack. Pace truck is out there rolling on this track as we are back to green flag racing. Jackie Whaley quickly onto the loud pedal here, the 720 ride, looking to try to open up a little bit of a lead here as quickly Corey Silby up into position number 2. Hang on to it, Jim Revis getting a rear view bumper full of the number 66 is Charles Minders all over him there. Almost got him sideways into quarter number 3 there. Luckily enough, they were both able to hang on to their rides. Is out in front, Corey Sibley using the bottom lane to work here, and he's going to find himself in the front of the field down the back straightaway. So we get a new race leader as Corey Sibley's going to jump up and take this race lead away from Jackie Whaley. Whaley's going to slide back now to that second spot, but he's not done battling. He's going to try to stay to the outside of the 9 machine as Sibley right there at the front of the field making quick work, jumping up a couple spots and putting himself in the front of the field. Whaley there in second. We see Steven Stefanski, Muscles right there in position number 3. Is Jim Revis back in position number 4 and looking for more. Certainly outside of the front row, fell back a couple early spots here. And he's been trying to hang on to that 57 ride. He's had the 66 of Charles Minders right there on his back bumper. Minders is giving him a couple shots and making him work for it here. Trying to keep that 57 honest out there on the speedway. Almost put himself up into the outside fence there. Luckily enough, able to hang on to it and keep it pointed in the right direction as you don't want to make any mistakes as the driver's right there behind you. They will pounce in an instant to try to jump up and take a spot away from you. And Dylan Simmons was right there ready to make that move to try to get around the 66 ride. Brian Gunderson right there in 7th with Jeremy Kolba back there in 8th. We see Russell Harold there in the 9th position and the 26 of Justin Bowman back in 10th here, trying to get that 26 ride rocking and rolling, struggling a little bit here. Looks like he may have some issues on the 26 ride, but luckily enough able to keep it rolling and pointed in the right direction as he rolls around the speedway. Out in front though, rolling at the front of the field, the 9 ride of Corey Sibley, the Dirty Rhino Welding. Team CFM Esports machine continues to lead the way as Jackie Whaley there in position number 2, continuing to try to hang on to that spot as here comes Muscles. Trying to use a little bit of muscle, trying to open up that bottom lane, trying to figure out what he needs to make himself a way around the iRacing iFlag 720 ride as Whaley and Stefanski duking it out here for position number 2. That's going to allow Corey Sibley to open up a little bit more of a lead, and it also brings the 57 ride of Jim Revis right back there to him as Revis is reeling both of those drivers in front of him in here, starting to find another gear for that 57 ride as Dylan Simmons back in position number 5 is able to find himself a way around Charles Minders as once again, this is only a consolation race. Each and every one of these drivers will punch their tickets into the show here. No one will go home early. They'll all get an opportunity to race in our feature event here in just a few short moments as Brian Gunderson trying to work himself a little closer to the front of the field. Same with Jeremy Golba As Russell Harold, Justin Bowman bringing up the rear of the field as Corey Sibley looking for that B-main win, looking to try to start as close to the front of the field as he can here, as this is basically the battle for the 7th starting position on the evening. Everyone else back there behind him will follow in line with this 9 ride if he can hang on to it and put himself into victory lane as our B-main winner, as he's looking for this consolation race win. He's got a little bit of lap traffic here in front of him. He's going to have to be very curious here with this one. He's going to have to be careful and make sure he doesn't put himself into a tough situation with the lap traffic there, as he's able to make quick work. The 26 ride sees that our race leaders are right there, gets down the track and kind of out of the way there for them to roll around him here, but he's going to have a lot more cars to have to deal with here, so hopefully everyone can find themselves a way around this 26 without any issues or any contact here. The 88 ride going to try to find a hole there. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get the run that he needed to get through that 3rd and 4th corner, and as he was battling door to door with the 66 of Charles Menders, now he's got to make up a lot of ground to try to get back into that battle and see if he can figure out a way to get around that 66 ride. It's out in front. That 9 machine of Corey Sibley continues to lead the way. Sibley out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this consolation race, as Jackie Whaley's able to work himself back around the 15 of Steven Stefanski. So Stefanski back into 3rd here once again, and Jim Revis sliding back here a little bit. He did reel these guys in. He was able to close the gap, and you're right back to Jackie Whaley and Steven Stefanski. Not too many laps to go, and here he is sliding backwards once again, and slowly but surely coming into clutches here of Dylan Simmons, but Simmons may not have enough time as that white flag has been displayed. So one more time here in our consolation race, the 9 rider Corey Sibley will lead us into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Corey Sibley will pick up the B-main win here on the evening. So Sibley there in the top spot, Jackie Whaley in 2nd, Steven Stefanski, Jim Revis, Dylan Simmons, Charles Menders, Ryan Gunderson, Russell Harold, Justin Bowman, and Jeremy Kolba will bring up the rear of the field there in our consolation race. That means we'll have to get ready here for our A-main feature event in just a few more moments. Drivers, we jumping out onto the speedway here. They'll be getting ready for our A-main feature event. They're going to jump into a quick test and tune, make sure their cars are absolutely set up perfectly, making sure they make all the right changes, the right gearing, the right fuel, the right everything that they can do to these cars. They want to make sure they're absolutely picture perfect for our feature event. You don't want to have a mechanical failure or have the wrong setup or anything that could affect your race here this evening. Have to make you come down pit side or take you out of this race or out of the possibility of picking up a checkered flag. You want to eliminate any of those mistakes, and all these drivers are going to make sure they work out all the bugs here in this warm-up session to make sure that they get ready to rock and roll here at Oswego Speedway. Oswego Speedway, the home of the Super Dirt Week here, and we are going to get ready to put on a show ourselves here on iRacing as these drivers loaded into the sim, and each and every one of them looking for the win. As we'll get ready to rock and roll, I'm going to get a quick drink into me, a quick break, and we'll get right into the racing action here in just a few more moments. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready here for our A-Main feature event. Our A-Main is about to get underway as the drivers get loaded into the sim. Each and every one of them is looking for a win here this evening as they get loaded into the front straightaway here at Oswego Speedway behind our official iRacing pace truck. We'll get ready for our starting lineup here on the evening as things are about to get a little bit fast and a little bit furious here on the evening. All these drivers ready to rock and roll, each and every one of them looking to pick up the win here on the night. As starting on the pole here in the 32 ride, it is the Sunrise Racing Throttle Down Motorsports number 32 of Jacob Stefanski. His outside in the 2020 ride, the Cocky Floyd Consulting Machine, that is Jeremy Sexton. Starting in position number 3 in the Black Diamond Mafia, Majula Say Speed Shop, and number 822 is the Alpha Shark. It's T-Jack Tyler Jackson there in third. To his outside in the 22 ride, that is Blade Wisdom. Then we see the 4 machine of Ryan Howard rounding out our top 5. The Throttle Down Motorsports 19 of Dakota Proud there in 6. Then we see our B-Main winner coming up here. There he is, the Team CFM Esports Dirty Rhino Welding number 9 ride of Corey Sibley there in 7th. He's got Jackie Whaley to his outside. Steven Stefanski, Jim Revis rounding out our top 10 with Dylan Simmons, Charles Minders, Brian Gunderson, Russell Harrell, Jeremy Kolba, and Justin Bowman rounding out our field. As we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation, we are quickly green flag racing here from Oswego Speedway. Quickly, Jacob Stefanski out in front, trying to open up a little bit of a lead as here comes T-Jack. Gonna follow him right on through on the bottom side of the speedway. Is the 22 ride of Blade Wisdom trying to hang on here. The 22 ride already sliding back into that fifth position. Now has our B-Main winner, Corey Sidley, working down to his inside. He's got a rear view mirror full of Dakota Proud. Is Proud all over the back bumper of that 22 ride is there too. 3 wide all around the racetrack. Out in front though, single file for our top 2 drivers here as that is Jacob Stefanski leading the way here. Tyler Jackson right there with them in position number 2. Brian Howard making some quick moves here, getting that 4 ride up into position number 3. So a quick couple moves for the 4 machine, finds himself inside of a podium position at the start of this race. Jeremy Sexton in position number 4 here, slid back a couple spots from the start of this race, finds himself back in position number 4 and looking for more, but he's got 2 fast cats right there behind him. The 9 rider, Corey Sibley, up inside the top 5, trying to work himself down to the inside of that 2020 ride. He's going to get a good run out of quarter number 2 as they go door to door. Down into 3 here, looks like Corey Sibley is going to work himself now into position number 4 here on the racetrack. Sexton back in 5th as the 15 of Steven Stefanski had to get checked up there to avoid contact between himself and the 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton, and now he's got the 22 of Blade Wisdom trying to battle back underneath of Muscles here early on in this race. Some great racing action. These drivers putting on one heck of a show for us. Jackie Whaley right there in the middle of things. The 19 rider Dakota Proud trying to work himself back up a couple spots here as he slid back early in this race. Dylan Simmons right there in 10th. Charles Minders now up into 11th as Jim Revis has slid outside the top 10 here in the 57 ride. Trying to knock the rust off that 57 machine as he gets ready to rock and roll and keep on trying to pick up some wins here in iRacing. We did see Big Jim go to the dirt track here in real life throughout this last summer, going back to the dirt track. So good to see Jim not only here in the iRacing events, but good to see him enjoying some good dirt track racing in real life as well and getting in behind the wheel again. Definitely has got to be a good time. Charles Minders right there trying to work down to his inside. We see the 88 of Brian Gunderson there in 13th. Jeremy Kolba up into 14th. Then we see Russell Harrell back there in the 15th position. Unfortunately, the 26 of Justin Bowman did not start this feature event. He still has his car down pit side and not out there on the racetrack. It's out in front, Jacob Stefanski, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one, but T-Jack sticking right there with them. These two have been nose to tail here for pretty much this entire race, and Stefanski has been throwing it in there a little bit deeper, trying to open up a little bit of a gap, trying to ease himself a little bit of room here between himself and the 822. With a 60-lap race, you got to imagine that tire wear could become a potential threat here for a lot of these drivers. If these drivers run their equipment a little bit too hard, a little bit too quick, the tires may fall off. They may not have much left in the tank until, late in this race. They may be sliding backwards if they run too hard too early. So it's going to be interesting to see what drivers going to be able to do. We could have saw early in this race some drivers maybe trying to play it a little bit more easy. When you look back at the 2020 run of Jeremy Sexton, who was looking to try to, be our outside pole sitter here on the evening. I thought he was going to give a good run there for Jacob Stefanski and Tyler Jackson, but slid back now into that 5th spot. He's kind of settled in right there, but him and Blade Wisdom both kind of slid backwards early in the race, and there you go. You see the 22 go around. No caution flag as of yet. There it is. Caution flag on the speedway as Blade Wisdom is going to go for a loop-de-loop there. The Majula Speed Shop Ryan going to go for a wild one in quarter 1 and 2 here at Oswego Speedway. We'll take another look at it, see what happened here as he's going to send it in, but I think the 720 send it in there a little bit too hard here and going to get a piece of them. See these drivers send it in. Looks like he's kind of sideways, gotten up through the slick stuff there a little bit. And unfortunately, though, Jackie Whaley, just gets in there a little bit too high. Slides up into that left rear quarter panel of the 22 ride, which just kind of knocks that car loose, spins him around. A tough break right there for the 22, and I'm sure the 720 ride going to own up to that mistake, and they will both probably starting from the back of the pack here come this restart. And a little bit of damage for both drivers. Definitely not the way they wanted things to go right there. Trying to just keep on rolling inside the top 5 on the speedways. You did see the 22 coming back onto the racetrack after going down pit side, making sure that he got his car all fixed up back into one piece, and he's gonna roll to the rear of the field here. Same with Jackie Whaley, will be back there with them on the restart. So a tough break for both the 720 and for the number 22 of Blade Wisdom. I do believe Blade is actually being scored right now as a lap down, so he's going to be looking for a caution flag here as well. He's going to be looking for another yellow to see if he can try to get that lucky dog and maybe get back onto the lead lap here, as he is being scored a lap down here on the racetrack. As Jackie Whaley right there, the 720 ride now back in 13th, so he's going to have some work to do and a lot of cars to pass. As out in front, Jacob Stefanski leads the way here. Delaware File restarts here, so Stefanski will be on that front row all by himself. The 822 with Tyler Jackson trying to get a little bit of a jump there with them, trying to use a little bit of the inside lane to his advantage on the restart, and he's going to be able to use it to kind of pull the trigger, slide up in front of Ryan Howard, as Howard's going to stay right there with them as our top 4 looking to try to bounce away here, and see some bouncing, beating, and banging there as the 9 rider Corey Sibley and Jeremy Sexton come together off of corner number 2. They're still door to door here through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. So our top 3 quickly go single file, but it's door to door action back there behind them. As that's 1D20, Jeremy Sexton trying to hang on to position number 5 here on the speedway. Now has the 9 rider Corey Sibley to his outside. The 15, that is Steven Stefanski down to his inside here. Steven Stefanski want to use him up a little bit. Some contact there in 3 as Stefanski's going to slide up in front of him. A little bit more contact. This is going to get the 2020 a little bent out of shape. Things are going to stack up back there behind him. Each and every one of these drivers trying to keep from running over one another on the speedways. The 66 ride. Charles Minders having a good run up inside the top 7 now for that 66 machine. Finding a good run down low as See that 54 ride, Jeremy Kolba right there with him. Kolba started at the back of the pack. He makes a little contact of the 19 ride. They go to Brown, had to check up. That slows that entire lane down. Unfortunately, all those drivers that were stuck down low now going to slide back a few more spots here to make their jobs a little bit tougher out there on the speedway. As out in front, it's all Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski showing him how to get it done here in this one is my boy Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix coming in showing the love with that heart reaction here on the broadcast. Richard coming in with the share again. My boy Thomas Dennis coming in showing the love with the like on the stream. Says, why hello Aaron. Hope all is going well with you. Thomas, my boy, all is much better now. It is much better now. I was sick there for a week and a bit, probably about a week and a half, man. I was down and out. I was not doing very good. Bronchitis and the whole 9 yards, and I was pretty down and out for a little while there. But we are back. We are feeling much, much better, and we look forward to putting on some more amazing shows here for all of the fans in the stands here on PeaceMaker Gaming. As out in front, we're seeing a good show right now. Is out in front, Jacob Stefanski leading the way with Tyler Jackson there in second. T-Jack in that Black Diamond Mafia number 822 ride in position number 2. Ryan Howard having himself a great run there in the third spot as he's got Corey Sibley trying to reel him in the 15 ride of Steven Stefanski. Now up inside the top 5 as Jeremy Sexton slides back to 6. Charles Minders there in 7th with Jim Revis now up into the 8th position. He's got the 33 of Dylan Simmons and his teammate Jackie Whaley in the DWR iRacing iFlag number 720 rounding out our top 10. Dylan Simmons back there at 11 with Jeremy Kolba in position number 12. Brian Gunderson in the 13th position. Russell Harold, Blade of Wisdom rounding out our top 15 as Justin Bowman down pit side and off the racing surface. Yo, Tyler Griffin, Tyler coming in showing the love, the like on the stream. Anthony Karp coming in with that like and the share as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are enjoying the racing action, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Make sure you turn those bell notifications on and make sure you jump into the comment section and let us know who you're cheering for out there on the racetrack as we run a beautiful first 26 laps, I do believe now, 26 laps here around Oswego Speedway, and we're going to jump into our first Monday Night All-Stars. Crank it up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. caution on the speedway. The yellow flag has been displayed. Our second caution flag here of this feature event. We will take a look back and see what happened. Here is a beautiful crank it up session. These drivers put on a great show for us. We didn't see a whole lot of movement. Everyone kind of staying right where they were, but we do see, unfortunately, looks like Blade Wisdom having some issues here in the 22 ride. Let's see if we can play this back and see what happens here to him as he's battling with the 33 of Dylan Simmons. Gonna work himself underneath the 33 ride. Oh, the 33 into the outside fence. The 22 coming up, though. Gonna get into him, gonna help him into the fence even more, and unfortunately, that will spin that 22 ride around a few times. He's gonna go for a couple loop-de-loops down into quarter number 3, and Dylan Simmons is going to get another little bit of contact there into him, and that's going to put the 22 up into the outside fence, and that will bring out our caution flag. A tough break there for the 22 ride. It's some pretty heavy damage for Blade Wisdom. Some pretty heavy damage there as well for the 33 of Dylan Simmons. Simmons went for a bit of a wild ride right there. Both drivers heavy contact, heavy damage. Get a good look at it here in full speed as there you go. Wild ride right there for Blade Wisdom. See if we can jump right on into the helmet cam here of this 22 machine and get a good look from inside the cockpit on what he had to deal with right there. Definitely don't think he was expecting the 33 ride to get into the outside fence. Looks like he was trying to move up towards the outside wall, trying to get a better arc, a better angle into the third corner right there, and unfortunately with the 33 getting into the fence there, getting checked up, he did not plan for that one. Gets a piece of him there, and that brings out our second caution flag as we'll get him ready to rock and roll here for our restart as the laps are winding down in a quick hurry here in Oswego Speedway. The 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski continues to lead the way as Stefanski quickly back onto the lap pedal. That 32 ride putting the throttle down, looking to try to open up his lead a little bit more. It's more contact. Cautions breeding cautions here in this one, and there is the yellow flag back out into the air as Jackie Whaley is going to take his ride right down pit side. Here is cautions breeding cautions, and unfortunately Jackie Whaley get a pretty heavy bit of contact right here. A few other drivers also getting collected as on the restart, him and his teammate door to door, and unfortunately it just looks like he loses the rear end. Oh brother, that's a tough break right there. 720 right, just sends it in the corner. The rear end just steps out and around on me, slides off the racetrack hard into the 19 of Dakota Proud, who gets a big piece of the outside fence right there. Heavy damage for Dakota Proud as well, but this is a very uncharacteristic things that we've seen out of the iRacing iFlag DWR Evil One Graphics 720 ride of Jackie Whaley as he goes around the 88, getting a little contact there as well, and that is a tough break right there for Jackie Whaley. Is some pretty heavy contact into that inside fence. See if we can jump right on board here with him and get a good look and see what his hands were doing here on this restart. Is going up through speed and sends it into the corner. Unfortunately, that car just turns all the way around on him right there. And the Dirt Warrior Racing ride gonna go for a spin and head down pit side where he currently is. Dylan Simmons down there as well, as those drivers getting some work done to their rides as they both take their cars off the racing surface. That means we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in just a few more moments. The very beautiful Oswego Speedway. See all these fans in the stands up on their feet, cheering these drivers on. We might have to do a little Dale Earnhardt search and find here later on as well. Maybe make a little reel out of trying to find old Dale Earnhardt Jr. here at the racetrack. He's hiding somewhere around here. We'll see if we can try to find him one of these one of these times. We'll see if we can spot old Dale Jr. out there on the speedway. Philip Sexton, Johnny Nolan, Cody McCoy all coming in, showing the love as well with the reactions there on the broadcast as well, all coming in, smashing those thumbs up as we are back to Green Flag Racing. Another good restart. This 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski's been able to get some pretty good jumps, some pretty good restarts, able to keep that number 822 with Tyler Jackson back there at bay. T-Jack usually very good on these restarts, with the Delaware final restart proving to be very difficult for that second and third place driver to be able to get the jump that they need to try to hang with the race leader, as Stefanski's going to use that to his full advantage here and trying to pick up the checkered flag here on the evening. And the laps are counting down in a quick hurry as T-Jack there in tow. You see Steven Stefanski trying to hang on to third here as Corey Sibley working to his outside. The 66 of Charles Menders of 7 spots on the speedway. Currently our hard charger here on the racetrack, rolling there in the 5th position as Jim Revis, Jeremy Sexton right there behind him. The 22 right of Blade Wisdom now up into 8. Brian Gunderson there in 9th. The Dakota Proud rounding out our top 10. Russell Harold back in 11th with Ryan Howard actually getting off the racetrack as well. Ryan Howard was up inside the top 3 there, and not sure what ended up happening to Ryan Howard. We did see him blinking quite a bit, so I'm not sure if that may have taken him off of the speedway, as Ryan Howard, Jackie Whaley both off the both a couple laps down now, as well as see Jackie back out there on the speedway. Dylan Simmons still down pit side. Jeremy Kolba back out there on the speedway, a few laps down there for the 54 ride, as well as some tough breaks for a few of the drivers out there on that speedway. But right now, no tough breaks for this 32 rider Jacob Stefanski, as he's been the reflection of perfection here all evening long. He's led them from green to almost checkered here every single lap so far. The Throttle Down Motorsports Sunrise Racing WB Creative Designs number 32 ride continues to lead the way, looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here on this beautiful Monday evening. The Black Diamond Mafia, Majula Speed Shop, Sweet Victory Apparel's Johnson Speed Shop's 822 rider Tyler Jackson rolling there in second. Steven Stefanski, the Sunrise Racing, Steve's Lawn Care, WB Creative Designs number 15 right there in third. Corey Sibley in the Dirty Rhino Welding, Team CFM Esports, Sweet Victory Apparel number 9 right there in fourth. In the iRacing iPlay, DWR JRE number 57 machine to Jim Revis, rounding out our top 5 here on the speedway. Jeremy Sexton in the Cocky Floyd Consulting Doghouse Chassis number 2020 right there in 6th. Blade Wisdom in his Majula Say Speed Shop number 22 right there in 7th. Brian Gunderson in position number 8 with Dakota Proud. The Throttle Down Motorsports 19 ride there in 9th. And Russell Harold rounding out our top 10 as Charles Menders has taken his car off the speedway, as well as we see the white flag fly. So one more lap around here for Jacob Stefanski, as he has opened up that gap now by about 2.7 seconds. Down the back straightaway into corner number 3 for the final time. Nice and easy out of corner number 4, and it's gonna be the 32 of Jacob Stefanski picking up the win here at Oswego Speedway with the Monday Night All-Stars. Stefanski gonna get it done, as it's a Stefanski 1 and 2 with Steven Stefanski. Muscle's gonna muscle himself up into second as T-Jack. Tyler Jackson gonna settle in for that 3rd position on the speedway. Corey Sibley, Jim Revis, our top 5 with Jeremy Sexton, Blade Wisdom, Brian Gunderson, Dakota Proud, and Russell Harold rounding out our top 10. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here. Our race winner, the 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski picks up the win and parks himself up in victory lane. What a run and what a drive here this evening for that 32 machine. Great look at our top 3 there on the front straight away, as these drivers put on one heck of a show. T-Jack there in 3rd, Muscles. Steven Stefanski there in 2nd, and Jacob Stefanski, I have to start calling him Young Money, picking up the win here in this one as the 32 ride, picking up the checkered flag at the Super Dirt Week Oswego Speedway here in this one. As man, what a beautiful race. Richard says, nice, not a wreck fest, good driving, good race, absolutely always beautiful, but it's not a wreck fest and just good, harder racing out there on the racetrack. And props to the announcer, great job. I appreciate you, Richard, coming in showing the love here in this one, and the good job there as well. I appreciate you, brother. As we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up into the broadcast booth here for some post-race interviews. Let's see if we can get these drivers in here. I don't even know where's my broadcast booth. There's my broadcast booth. I don't know where our top 3 are, but we'll see if we can get them in here at some point in time, as I do believe we're going to have a bit of a demolition derby down the back straightaway here as well. I think this is something that they decided to throw in. And it looks like we're going to do that before we get them in here for the post-race interviews. I'm not sure if we'll get them in for post-race interviews or not, but it looks like we're going to have a demolition derby here on the back straightaway. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hang on to your hats, as the action's not done yet. Drivers beating and banging and battling. They're going to work out their frustrations. A big hit there from Steven Stefanski on the 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton. Sexton goes flying into the air. Look at these drivers. Oh, hang on to it. The 80 ride almost upside down. There goes Dakota Brown. Oh, hang on to it. The 57 of, oh boy, Jim Revis almost going for a wild ride right there. Is definitely a lot of damage on these drivers. See Blade Wisdom up into the catch fence here. He's going to go airborne again right over our race winner, Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski looking for a big hit down low. Getting the 80 ride hung up onto the wall. He's going to knock him loose. They're all going to get back pointed in the right direction. But, man, what a bunch of fun these guys are having out here on the Speedway. Jackie Whaley right there, as well as, yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Yes, Spam, get the out of here. Now that just looks like fun. Hey, exactly, Viv. It just looks like a lot of fun. Hey, this is a great way to maybe work out some frustrations, maybe try to, you know, have a little bit of fun, take the seriousness out of it, as you see the 720 ride trying to get wound up, trying to line himself off as, oh, the 80s, or the 57 of Jim Revis right there. Give him a quick little hit as the 32 rider. Jacob Stefanski's going to take a big hit. A couple more big hits up there on the high side of the speedway as well. These drivers, I don't know how they're all still rolling. You see the 19 rider, Dakota Proud, smoking heavily here as he's going to work himself right underneath the 80 rider. Almost puts him upside down as there goes Stefanski. Airborne. He's up onto his side here. Hopefully that driver is A-OK. As Jacob Stefanski is going to take his car off the speedway. You see that number 19 of Dakota Proud. His car is absolutely destroyed, and a huge hit there from Jeremy Sexton into the side of him here. That 19 ride is absolutely destroyed. Jeremy Sexton smoking heavily here as well, trying to get that car rolling again. As here you go, another big hit coming. Head on with the 80 ride as the 8 ride, the 57. Jim Revis still rolling out there as well. Jimbo looking to be maybe one of the cars to keep on rolling here, but he's definitely feeling it as well. All these drivers, some pretty tore-up race cars. The 80 ride can still, can't even turn that the left front tire. It's just absolutely busted apart there, and can't even turn that car hardly. And oh, the 8 ride, oh, there goes the 2020. Jeremy Sexton upside down onto his lid. Upside down goes Jeremy Sexton. He was trying to line up that 80 ride for a big hit, and unfortunately did not work out in his favor. The 8 rider Russell Harold looking pretty good out there as he's still rolling. He's lining up the 57. Huge hit right there for both of those drivers as Sexton's going to take his car off the speedway. 8 ride still rolling, going to get a big hit right there from the 80, trying to line these drivers up, trying to figure out who is going to win our demolition derby here. 80 ride trying to line up this 8 machine, trying to give him a good hit, trying to get him upside down, trying to get him off the speedway. They're going to try to line up. Oh, Jim Revis with a big run right there. The 8 ride can't quite turn as well as he would like to, as a lot of these drivers are, their cars are hurting. Their cars are hurting. There you go, the bottom end out of the 8 ride. We just heard it blow up. There you go. So the 8 rider Russell Harold now off of the back straightaway, as well as Jim Revis, and the 80 rider Brian Gunderson are going to be the last 2 drivers to duke it out here in this demolition derby. Somehow or another, both drivers able to keep on rolling. Their cars haven't blown up or anything else, but it looks like these two are going to be the ones to duke it out and figure out who is going to pick up the win. You see Revis's car is smoking heavily here. That tire is not even on the speedway anymore, but he's going to go right underneath of the 80 ride. And this is how mini stocks are created, ladies and gentlemen. Viewer discretion is advised as mayhem on the back straightaway here during our demolition derby, and now we got Jim Revis on top of the 80 ride, and the 80 ride is going to back him right out of the speedway and off the racetrack. So Brian Gunderson getting the win in the demolition derbies here. What a run for the 80 ride. Able to maybe flex a little bit of muscle. Didn't get it done on the racetrack during the race, but during the demolition derby, he made it count and put on a show for us. A round of applause there for Brian Gunderson as well as our race winner, Jacob Stefanski. Is Jake coming in with the heart reaction on the broadcast. Raja Fletcher coming in, or Ralph Fletcher coming in with that follow on the broadcast as well. How are you, Ralph? Ralph coming in, showing the big love as well. Drop that follow. Welcome to the PeaceMaker family. Welcome to the PeaceMaker crew. As Just Viv says, Jim, you are an animal out there. They're all animals out there, Just Viv. They're all animals out there, Viv. That's all I gotta say. As we'll get ready, we'll see if we can pull our top three up here. There we go. They are in the broadcast room. So we're gonna pull our race winner, Jacob Stefanski, up into the broadcast booth.
There's gonna be times like that, and this is a week where we
We'll wait till he's done talking to the other admins. We'll give him a minute here. Hopefully, it does look like, yeah, Discord's still working. Did have to change audio settings there in iRacing, so hopefully we don't have any audio issues here on Discord. Hey, Jacob, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jake, my boy, what a run, what a drive as you're able to pick up the win here at Oswego Speedway, man. Take us through this one, how you're able to get it done. You led it from the drop of the green flag down to the checkered flag, and able to pick up, not the first points win of the season, but being able to pick up the first win, our first prelim race, basically, before the season gets underway next week.
Yeah, I was kind of just taking it easy, honestly, for most of the race. I was trying to save my equipment, and especially with some fast guys starting up front with me like T-Jack and Sexton, and you just try to save your stuff because they're going to be fast. And with it being such a big track, and most of us didn't really have any laps on Oswego dirt, I kind of just ran it because me being from New York, that was almost kind of like a home track for me, like Weedsport, where I, went to Super Dirt Week to watch, every year. So I kind of just ran it how the pro stocks would run it when they have them up there. And I was trying to save my equipment, and it ended up working out pretty good for me. But I ended up having a ton left at the end, and thankfully I was able to hold on for it.
Absolutely able to hang on and hold these guys off, and it wasn't without a couple good fights out there on the speedways. We saw obviously a lot of, not a lot of caution flags, but a couple caution flags and a couple restarts there where you had to be really on your tippy toes, knowing that T-Jack or Corey Sibley, Jim Revis, or even the four rider Ryan Howard, who was having a great run there, could try to throw it in, maybe try to make a slide job work or something to maybe work themselves in front of you, but able to hit those restarts perfectly and keep those drivers at bay. Made it pretty easy work for you for the most part in hanging on to the race lead.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even realize how much of a lead I really had at one point, but I was just kind of trying to hit my marks on the bottom there, and I heard a few guys saying, "Oh, the top is fast, but I was gonna just stick to the bottom and kind of try to take care of my equipment because from what I have seen, the outside wall is absolutely treacherous at Oswego there. So we were able to keep the car straight, and hats off to Steven and T-Jack for a solid top three and a great run, honestly. The cautions definitely made it more interesting, so we'll definitely keep note of that if we were to decide to add this track to the upcoming season, but odds are with how single file it was, I don't see us adding it as a track unless we see some more, racy type races start developing for it.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, use a little bit of an inner Nick Stone here to pick up the checkered flag. Maybe use a little bit of inner Corey Sawyer. Maybe took a bit of his playbook here at Weed Sport to put yourself up into victory lane in these dirt street stocks. As you park yourself on the front straight away here, Jacob. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
First off, I gotta thank my guys over at Throttle Down Motorsports. I gotta thank you for doing the broadcast, man. You always do a great job, and we appreciate you. Gotta thank Steve's Lawn Care, Sunrise Racing, my girlfriend for letting me come out and have some fun with these guys and always supporting me. And she's even watching right now, so shout out to her. Got to thank just everyone for coming out this week. I know it wasn't a mandatory final practice race, but we appreciate everybody for coming out and showing the support. Hopefully, everybody is ready to gear up for the season opener next week of Monday Night All Stars, as it's promising to be a fantastic season. It should be a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys can just come out and have a good time. Honestly, that's just what we're trying to get back to is, just having some fun, get a good group of guys racing each other respectfully and, owning their mistakes and, just get back to having some fun overall. But I just got to thank WB Creative Designs also. Just shout out to him. He's always making my cars look good. Anytime I shoot him a message and ask him to come up with something, something else, he's always there and ready and willing to get me a new scheme and at a short notice as well. So I just wanted to thank him as well. Also, Forever Tandem Boutique.
Beauty. Well, Jacob, a great run, a great drive here on the evening. We can't wait to see how things get fired off. And next Monday is the season opener. Will get us kicked off here for another amazing season of the Monday Night All-Stars. And maybe we'll see you right back up here in Victory Lane, maybe right back up here in the broadcast booth next week as well.
Hopefully, fingers are crossed.
Beauty, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too, Aaron.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Jacob Stefanski. As Jacob picking up the win, parks himself up in victory lane here at Oswego Speedway. As we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher, our second place driver here on the evening, the 15 ride of Steven Stefanski. Hey, Steven, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Steve, man, what a drive here for you late in this race, able to dice things up, make some moves, and you're able to figure out a way to get around Corey Sibley and then Tyler Jackson there in those closing laps to put yourself into position number 2 in almost a full Stefanski, podium here on the evening as you guys come home 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was a heck of a race. The cautions definitely helped me a ton get through the field. Corey was awesome racing against, man. Like, I think we went at it for probably half of the race, and props to him. Good run for Corey too.
Absolutely. A lot of good runs, a lot of good racing out there on the speedways. Everyone was out there having a good time, getting some good clean laps in there. Only a couple caution flags to really bunch things back up, make things a little bit more spicy, a little bit more interesting there. But for the most part, a lot of just good, hard, respectful racing. And you're able to use some of that good open racetrack there late in the race to put yourself up into P2 here at Oswego Speedway. As Jake was saying, it's a bit of a home track kind of feel here for the Stefanskis. I know you guys make the trip down to Oswego for Super Dirt Week quite often, and obviously growing up in that New York State, up in the northwest, I suppose, of New York, you guys get a good look at racetracks like Weed Sport and Oswego now, and maybe a little bit of a home track advantage when it comes to those racetracks.
Yeah, that's what it definitely feels like right now. But Oswego's definitely gonna take some time for everybody to get used to. I mean, it's brand new to all of us. And speaking of local tracks for us, I mean, yeah, my uncle Pete runs dirt pro stocks all over New York State. So, Weedsport and Oswego is definitely on his schedule, and it's very familiar from us.
Absolutely. Well, you're able to use a little bit of what he may have taught you or showed you here over the years of racing in real life, how to get it done here on the simulator, as well as you park yourself up in position number 2. Steven, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
I'd like to thank you, Aaron, for broadcasting our races. You do a phenomenal job, like always. Sunrise Racing, Steve's Lawn Care, Lakeside Linens, PGNFB Auto, and WB Creative Designs.
Beauty. Well, Steven, a great run, a great drive here this evening. We can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next week for the season opener of the Monday Night All-Stars, and maybe we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe one spot better and up in victory lane yourself to start the season.
Yeah, I'll be there. It's definitely going to be hard to beat T-Jack and those guys and Jacob and stuff. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be a good series.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see how it all plays out. Good luck next week, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the booth, brother.
Thank you, Aaron. Have a good night.
Yes, you as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher, Steven Stefanski. Is Stefanski coming home there in position number 2. We'll get ready to pull our third place finisher, Tyler Jackson, up into the booth here in just a few more moments. Looks like our session has closed, so we're going to go back to, we're going to go there. We're going to go there, to that right there. You know what? We're a little dark in here, chat. What in the world's going on? I didn't even turn my light on there. Let's get that a little bit brighter there. There we go. As a great run there for the number 15, coming home in second as Kara Billy Tabor coming in showing the love. Billy, how are you? Coming in showing the big love with that like on the stream. Again, Jake Stefanski coming in with that heart reaction as well. As we're going to pull T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, up into the broadcast booth here. Our third place finisher on the evening. Hey, T-Jack, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
What's up?
Not much, Tyler. Another good run, another good race here for you and the 822 crew as you park yourself up on the podium once again, man. Take us back through this one and, trying to learn a bit of a different track, maybe not a lot of laps on it, just trying to figure out what you need or what the setup may need here for that 822 ride.
Yeah, we didn't get any laps at all till we loaded into the server in practice, and felt pretty good in the heat. Thought I was all over Jacob, but when it came feature time, I just I don't know, couldn't figure it out. Was trying to save my stuff early and try not to get the rear end, the right rear sideways, and I thought I was doing a good job of saving, and then I don't know, we came down the end, and I just still didn't have anything for Jacob, and he actually saved more right rear than me, which really confused me because I thought I was doing about as good a job as I could have. But yeah, at the end, we just tried to throw it up top and just see what was up there, and there's a gate, looks like a gate or something in turn 4 that you can actually not be touching the wall. And then when you come to the exit of the gate or the end of the gate, it grabs your quarter panel or trunk there and kind of just throws you up in the wall. So we hit that thing at least 3 or 4 times and damaged the car a little bit. But yeah, we just did what we could and definitely need some more laps.
Absolutely. Well, not on the schedule as of yet here for the Monday Night All-Stars, but definitely a good taste and a good look at Oswego Speedway's. A bit of a home track advantage there for the Stefanskis, as that's their stomping ground there for Oswego Speedway and Weed Sport and all those Northwest New York State racetracks. They get a lot of eyes in the skies, a lot of laps there for those guys. So a little bit of a home track advantage for them, maybe putting some of that into aspects on the simulator to maybe knock you off the top spot here in the 822 ride. But man, still a great run, a solid performance there by in. A lot of good laps, riding in second, getting a good look at the back bumper of the 32 ride, and then there late in the race, Steven was able to just work himself around you to take that second spot away. But you got to be pretty happy with a third place finish here in this one.
Yeah, we're not too upset about third for never seeing the place, but yeah, I know about that home track advantage because I have the same thing at Fairbury for some reason. I spent a lot of summer nights there in the grandstands, and it seems to relay to success. I don't understand why that possibly would be, but those guys were saying the same thing. They know the line and they had it figured out. So yeah, we'll just try to get better. And like you said, not on the schedule right now. Not sure it'll get added. It didn't seem real racy. It seemed pretty one groove most of the race. That 25% reset, I don't know if that was the right way to go. It seemed like it was finally widening out a little bit before we went into the warm up. But we just we did what we could, and then third's the best we were. And lucky this is a fake race car because we did a lot of damage up on the wall. So yeah, like you said, hats off to Jacob. That was incredible. I haven't been beat like that in a long time. So it was really good on him. And then yeah, Steven, I made some mistakes and Steven didn't make any, and he got me there for second at the line. But yeah, we'll come back and really looking forward to the season. Sounds like they got almost full 35 guys, which is always exciting. You know, if you can get full field every week, you know, we don't need 60, but in the 30s is good. You know, keep the number kind of in the middle, and hopefully we'll have some good racing. And everybody in the league seems to have a lot of respect for each other right now, and hopefully running for $600 that won't change.
Absolutely. You always know when money comes onto the line, it definitely makes things a little bit tougher, makes drivers maybe a little bit more on edge and a little bit more thinner ice when it comes to, retaliation or anything else. So hopefully we can keep that to a minimum on the season. Everyone can kind of keep good, clear thoughts and keep their eye on the prize and not, hurt themselves or other people's chances at winning that money or any of the money here in the Monday Night All-Stars.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Seems like we got a pretty good group right now. There's not too many knuckleheads. I think there might be more blacklisted than there is allowed to race. And whenever you do something like that, you're gonna get the more respectful guys, and the guys that are just out here kind of have some fun. And none of us are professionals at this. It's just a hobby for most of us. So it's fun to have a group that will race clean and race hard. And I plan on trying to win every race. That's what you come here for. Try to win all 12 of them or whatever it is, and let the points sort themselves out at the end.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we can't wait to see how it all plays out as the series opener next Monday. Hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better and up in victory lane.
Yeah, hopefully 2 more better, and got a lot more laps at the next track. So I just got to thank CFME Sports, Majul Say Speed Shop, KC Speedworks, Black Diamond Mafia guys, Logan Speed Shots, 5-6 Graphics, and you for the broadcast, and Dustin and all the Stefanskis putting the league on. And we're ready to go. We're going to get some practice in before Monday, and hopefully it'll show.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing how it all plays out, brother. Good luck, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the booth. Congrats on the 3rd place run, though, this evening. Like a little bit of a warm-up, knocking a little bit of extra rust off for you before we get back in the swing of things and weekly racing here once again for Monday Night All-Stars in these Dirt Street Stocks.
All right, we'll see you Monday, Aaron. Have a good one.
Absolutely, you as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Tyler Jackson is T-Jack, coming home in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for the 822 ride. Is Dakota Proud coming in with the like on the stream. My boy Dude Guy, what's good, Dude Guy? Dude Guy coming in, showing the love, dropping the like on the stream as well. How are you? Brother, how are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day. As Just Viv says, well, it worked anyway. It definitely worked for Jim Revis out there, man. That was a lot of fun. The Demolition Derby there. After the feature event, after the checkered flag, seeing those guys go out there and rub and scrub and beat and bang there for 60 laps of our 8 main feature event, and then Demolition Derby there to finish things off, maybe blow off a little bit of steam, maybe get payback on one another that maybe, had some contact between the race or anything else, just to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more of a smile on your face there at the end of the evening. It's always a good time. But listen, I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Everyone coming in, showing the love here with the likes, the comments, the shares, each and every one of you coming in, showing the love here throughout the evening. Any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers, I appreciate you guys and welcome you to the PeaceMaker family. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here this evening. We will be back in action, though, tomorrow night, as we will be heading back with the the trucks actually tomorrow evening. We'll be back out there with the NASCAR trucks tomorrow night, as I'm not sure where we're heading to, but I know no matter what, wherever or whatever racetrack we jump onto, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time, and we're going to enjoy having some good pavement racing with the Slingshot Sim Racing Truck Series tomorrow evening, and then Wednesday night with the Cup Series back in action for the SSR group as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and can't wait to see you guys there. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you never miss it when I go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming. But can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.